Okay, welcome to a brand new rebuild on the channel with Stade Rennais. Tonight just beat PSG in Ligue 1, but today we're going to take something further than that. They're currently sit 5th in Ligue 1 with 50 points, 16 points off top of the table PSG. We're going to take them to the top of French football, but not only that, we're going to look to get them a Champions League title. But if you want to enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications, don't miss any more rebuilds, any more Chrome mode content. We're doing an AC Milan Chrome mode on the channel, so go check that out and check out the other rebuilds, which will be linked at the end of the video. And let's get into this one. Okay, so as you can see, this is the team we start here with. Up front, we've got Guri, Kalema Wendo, Oliveri Maedra, Midoku, and centre mid is a player we are going to replace Terrier, Chauffeur, Fiate, Amari, Traore, and Mandanda in goal. And as you can see, Bodigar's on the bench because we're going to sell him. I believe we're going to sell Tate as well. We might keep him as a backup player. I don't know yet. But we are going to sell Traore, bring in a younger right back. We're selling Beauregard, and we're going to keep Doku as a first team right wing for him to grow because he's obviously 20 years old, 75 rated. We're going to sign a new goalkeeper. We're going to sign a new centre mid, as I mentioned. And I think that's what the changes we need to make for this season. We've got some good players. We've got a good young talent actually recently added to FIFA in Douay here, or however you pronounce his name, I'm not too sure. We're going to learn him out for this season. Also, Ugo Chukwu. If we can get my words out, that'd be great. So they can continue to grow out on loan and don't obviously then maybe can become a good player for us in the future in this team. Yeah, let's get into the transfers we need to make. Obviously, Jed Spencer's only on loan here. Same with Rodden. So that's why we're going to be starting Omari in this team. He's 22. He's got room to grow, 75 rated, doesn't look a bad defender. Alongside Fiate, who's also 22, and hopefully these two can grow. And let's get into the deals we need to make. Buy a goalkeeper, centre mid, and right back. And I'll show you the team in a second. Okay, so as you can see, this is the team that I've put together here after transfer window. I brought in 3 players, put in Enzo Lefebvre, the young Frenchman, into play centre mid alongside Lovely Maya. I brought in Sacha Bowie, the right back. Another Frenchman of us, but in Alban Lafont, as you can see, 3 French players were brought in. We brought in Enrique, a good backup striker here, the Argentinian talent, who should be a pretty good player behind Gurdy and Kedem Wendo. And the rest of the team is going to stay the same. As you can see, obviously Jez Spence and Rodden are on loan here, so next season I was going to replace them, or just call them back from the loan, permanent sign them. It depends on what we need. But yeah, we've got a pretty good team. I feel like we should get Europa League football this season. Obviously, we are currently in Europa League due to the background. I simmed a bit too far forward when I was simming through. I didn't realise how far I selected. But yeah, let's get into this season and see how this team performed, and hopefully some good growth in this extremely young team. Okay, so as you can see, at the end of season 1, we have made it to the Europa League final, which is quite impressive. We beat Monaco in the semi-finals, and then beat Roma on penalties in the quarter-finals. In the round of 16, we took on Marseille. So we beat 2 French teams on the road to the final. In the Coupe Nationale, how did we perform in that? Didn't make it to the final. Semi-finals didn't go there. We didn't make it to the quarter-finals either. We got knocked out by Paris FC in a round of 16. I need to say it went on up until getting knocked out by Lyon in the end. And in the Ligue 1, we finished in the 5th position, which means we still have a Europa League football next season, which I don't mind. And we're going to quit some of this game here up against Man United. Obviously, let's see if we can get a trophy straight away. As you can see, Man United, they have a pretty good team. They've got Marcus Rashford, Osimhen up front. They've also got Jose Maria Jimenez at centre-back. That's a pretty good team. We're going to quit some of that with our team. And we pick up a 1-0 win with Trofei, our left back, getting a goal in the 3rd minute to score the only goal of the game. Let's check out how the players did in terms of the squad hub and check out the numbers they put up this season. Let's have a look. Squad hub. I can see we have some decent growth in this team. In terms of most goals scored, it was Amin Gurdy with 41 goal involvements. Good up a +4 with Terrier with 18 and 9. Joe Midoku with 10 and 3. Lovely Maya doing quite well. Kedem Wendo also doing alright for himself as our other striker. Enrique as well, 8 and 4 from our actual backup striker. That's pretty good. And Salah played 26 games, got 4 goals and 1 assist. Fair play to him. And in terms of the actual team management, I can see Guru up to an 83, Kedem Wendo up to an 80, Doku 81, Enzo Lefebvre 79, Lovely Maya up to an 84, Terrier 83, Trofei 81, Fiate and Amari hovering around the 80 position, Bowie up to an 80, and Alban Lafont a +5, I believe it was, up to an 85. Incredible growth. I see Enrique has also had some good growth. We've had players recalled from loan, which is unfortunate, but we're having players come back next season, and we're going to make obviously more signings this season. I think I'm going to keep the first team to use that sim unless players are going to stop growing or want way out the team. Hopefully Enzo Lefebvre continue to grow, because at one point Santamaria was playing over him for some reason. But I did fix that, and as you can see, Enzo Lefebvre actually played more games in the end. But it's getting to season 2, and bringing players to the bench because we clearly need a couple of players because we're quite thin. We don't even have a reserve spot. That's how thin we are in terms of squad depth right now. Okay, so this season we've only made one change to the team. We're brought in Daniel Bragança from Sporting Lisbon here because Enzo Lefebvre unfortunately wanted to leave the team. Apparently, he wasn't too happy with his play time despite playing like 30 plus games last season. He didn't want to stay at the club, which is fair. So we brought in Bragança from obviously Sporting, who should be a pretty great player. He's only 24 years old. That's quite enough upside to him. Pretty good player. Obviously, Sporting recently have done quite well knocking Arsenal out of the Europa League. So he's a player that people have their eyes on right now in football. And his partner up with Lovely in my head. This should be a pretty good midfield pairing. Obviously, both of these being 25 and 24 have a lot of room to grow. So Lovely Mike's on 85 now. Getting to season 2, we are in the Champions League this season because we won the Europa League. Let's see how we perform in that. And yeah, maybe we need to make some changes to this team next season, depending on the growth of our defence. We might have to replace one of these centre backs. And yeah, let's just get into the season and just see how this team performs. Okay, so end of season 2, as you can see, we actually finished second in league and only 2 points behind PSG, which is actually quite impressive considering PSG obviously have the likes of Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi in their team, and that team isn't quite at that level yet. But in the Coupe de National, have we performed well in that one? We haven't made it to the semi-finals. We at least made it to. We didn't make it to the quarterfinals this time round. Where did we get knocked out? We got knocked out in the round F82 by Lens, who I believe have gone into the final at least. They've made it to the final. In the Champions League, we haven't made it to the final when that one is Bayern Munich beating Liverpool. But we did make it to the semi-finals, getting knocked out 6-3 in aggregate by Bayern Munich. But we made it a tight affair in the second leg. Well, not really a tight affair to be fair, but we fought in the second leg against the Liverpool knocked out PSG. And in terms of player stats this season, let's see how the players performed. As you can see, we've got some good growth. I mean, Gary up to an 87 right now, 31 of 14. Teddy with 29 and 12. Window 18 and 2. Lovely Maya 11 and 8, 11 and 14, sorry. And Doku of 18. I can't even speak right now. Doku with 8 and 5. Let's check out the actual growth of the team in the team management section. I can see Gary up to an 87, Window up to an 82. Doku 85, Brigantia up to an 80. Lovely Maya 86, Terrier 86. Turfei 84, Fiate and Amori both up to an 82, Bowie up to an 83, and Albinafont up to an 88. He's got 97 positioners, so he should be a very, very good goalkeeper. Got some good growth on the bench. Enrique continues to grow at a 79 rated now. It's good to see we've got Baude doing well as well. And I've looked into the growth of the players, and apparently Amori and Fiate are going to both take a long while to grow. They are both 82 overall and only 23 and 24 respectively. I might replace Amari though, depending on his development plan next season. But let's get into the next season, and Gancho might also have to leave because he's apparently only got 8 potential with what it showed me in this game. Hopefully after this season he might have got boosted overall, or boosted potential I should say. Let's get into season 3. I'm going to look into development plans of the players and make my decisions on transfers based on those. Okay, so this season we have made 2 transfers. We brought in Presnel Kimpembe in the centre position and given Amari one more season to see if he can grow because Fiate had a higher development plan than Amari, so I decided to keep Amari for this season being only 24. And we brought in Nicola Rivera to the centre position. A player that I was going to bring in last season, but I brought Bragantia instead. As you can see, Bragantia is going to be on the bench for this season. Going to give him a new contract to hopefully get him on a sporadic or rotational role, so he doesn't complain too much about game time. But in a Fahedi Aubameyang region, who is actually going to be our backup striker, and Enrique is going to be converted to a right wing because he can play there. And yeah, just going to rotate with Jeremy Doku and probably Terrier as well, because he can also play left wing. So we're going to get into the season. We are in the Champions League again. I'm expecting us to push to the latter stage of the competition again and perhaps win a Liga and title this season and do well in the Coupe Nationale. It would be nice to win some silverware this season with the team we've got. I feel like we should be able to do so. Let's get into season 3 with a pretty good team, I've got to say. We've got a very good team going into season 3. Okay, it's the end of season 3. As you can see, we finished second in league and again at 4 points behind PSG this time. So there's 2 points, unfortunately, in the Coupe Nationale. We actually went on to win this competition, and in the Champions League, we made it to the quarterfinals, I believe it was. We got knocked out by the eventual winners in Man City, so that's not too bad. We got knocked out 2-1 by Pep Guardiola's men in terms of the players' stats to see how the players perform this season. There's some absolutely incredible growth in this team, which we'll check out in a second. As the Amin Gurdi with 35 and 17, Terry with 29 and 11, Doku 20 and 8, Window 12 goals and 0 assists. But in terms of the player growth, this is where it gets obviously insane. We've got Gurdi up to a 91, Window up to an 85, Doku 88, Ravella up to an 86, which reaches potential. Lovely Maya to an 88, Terrier 89, Trophy 86, Kimpembe 87, and Mari 83 is stuck at 83, so we are going to have to replace him next season, unfortunately. Billy up to an 85, and Alban Lafont up to a 90. And this team was insanely balanced. I think with an incredible centre back, which we're going to buy next season. And this team is going to be Champions League final worthy, surely, because this team should be winning Ligue 1. It should be winning competitions, and we should be getting to at least the semi-finals of the Champions League every season. And maybe a final next season. I think next season with a centre-back signing, we could make the final. So let's get into season 4 and see what this team can achieve. Okay, so season 4, we've only made one change to the team. We brought in Pau Torres with a centre-back pairing for Presnel Kimpembe, and it seems like we have some more incredible growth in this team. Let's get into season 4, make a push for the league and title, hopefully collect that this season, and see how far we can get in the Champions League. Okay, so I can see in season 4 we made it to the Champions League final up against Barcelona here, and actually let's see how we did in the league and standings. We finished first, 2 points ahead of Paris Saint-Germain in second place in the Trophy des Champions. We lost the final to PSG, unfortunately, and let's check out the performance of the team in terms of the stats if we get into this final up against Barcelona in terms of stats. Amin Gurdi, 50 and 11, 37 goals in Ligue 1. I cannot wait to use this guy, man, because that is... I actually can't believe what I'm reading there. Window 24 and 2, Terrier with 21 and 16, Jeremy Doku 50 and 10, Lovely Maya with 11 assists. But Amin Gurdi got 50 goals and 11 assists in all competitions this season. I actually cannot believe it. Well, I just saw it. Let's have a look at this Barcelona team and see what we're up against in the final. We're up against the likes of Ferran Torres, Moise Keane, Ousmane Dembele, Frenkie de Jong and Kai Havertz in midfield, Ryan Nuri, Luis Felipe Bastoni, Teo Hernandez, and Ter Stegen in goal. It's a pretty good team, but if you look at our team there, I'd say we have a pretty good team myself. Gurdi up to 92, Kellen Wendo 86, Terrier 91, Lovely Maya 89, Ravella 88, Doku 91, Terfe 89, Pau Torres and Kimpembe up to an 89, Bowie 87, and Alban Lafont 91 rated in goal. What a game this promises to be, and hopefully Amin Gurdi can show how we got 50 goals. Let's get into this game against Barcelona and lift a Champions League title.
Well, there's nothing quite like this occasion. Welcome to the UEFA Champions League final. The best two teams in Europe this season preparing to go head-to-head for the crown. This is Derek Ray in the commentary position, and I'm joined as always on these big occasions by Stuart Robson. It is Rennes facing Barcelona.
Played through to Kai Havertz. Okay, watch this happen to Pau Torres and how is that not free kick? To the fair, gets there, and now Terrier. That's a great bit of skill there by Terrier. Now Amin Gurdi needed to make that run into the centre, but Terrier. I did not expect that to go in. I thought Ter Stegen had that covered. But somehow gets past. Maybe he's blindsided by his own defender. Maybe he doesn't really expect it. But Ter Stegen should be having that covered. And the 1-0 pair in the final. Yeah, Dembele though, let's see from the front, but how did they get that chance? Bowie gets there, love that. Gurdi now. Kenny window. Jeremy Doku. Hit for the centre to Amin Gurdi. It's a great bit of skill. Gurdi now makes it 2-0 and gets his 51st goal of the season and his 63rd maybe goal involvement in the season altogether. And this is a great bit of skill from Doku. Plays it through to Gurdi. He finds the finish and makes it 2-0. Now it's now forward. Oh no, shouldn't have stepped up. Ferran Torres though shot is hit by Alban Lafont. Now Moise Keane. If we concede here, then it's simply because of that. There we go, for defending. Doku. Ravella. New window now. For the centre. To Amin Gurdi. Grab another goal here. Amin Gurdi looking to chip it. And somehow that's found its way into the back of the net. Of all the trips I've tried in this game, we've seen a couple in the AC Milan Pro mode, if you watch that on my channel. I should have gone in. And somehow this is one that goes in. In the forward, Ousmane Dembele, Traffier, good work though. Oh no, that's Moise Kean. Okay, watch what's happened there. Ousmane Dembele, what was that? Traffier, are you a Barcelona fan? Because you literally, that was a perfect assist from Traffier. He literally played the ball into Ousmane Dembele. Like, let's watch this again. Watch this. I put in a challenge and it just bounces off Traffier, moves out the way, and then Ousmane Dembele scores to make it 3-1.
There it is, 3-1 the current scoreline here.
Theo Hernandez, now it's Doku. Then we'll window over the top to Guri. It's great. It's a great passing. Oh, that's a chip that goes wide as well. I don't like this. Barcelona are going to get themselves back in this game, aren't they? Traffier this time is there. I believe it was anyway. I think he got a touch on that. Going to give him props to it, even if it didn't look like he did. But Terrier now on the counter. That pass was meant for Guri. Lovro Maya. To Traffier now. Guri, you need to get into that. Cross. Ravella. Why is he not shot? Get a window though. No window, just shoot. It's great bit of footwork from Kenny Mwendo. Just before half time, it's at 4-1. That footwork was great from Kenny Mwendo. I'm not sure why I said great so weird. But I'm not sure why Ravella didn't shoot. I was holding to shoot, and for some reason he just didn't. He just took so long to shoot that he ended up playing the pass. But that there is incredible from Kenny Mwendo. It makes it 4-1 just before half time. Barcelona. The first challenge was unsuccessful. Ousmane Dembele, Moise Kean, and it's 4-2 Barcelona. It's 4-2 Rennes. Barcelona are somehow going to keep themselves in this game, even though they don't deserve it. They're just going to keep themselves in this game because it's the way it goes in FIFA. Torres now. Well, he couldn't make the challenge, but he makes the challenge this time. Somehow they're still on the ball here. Somehow, Kimpembe, your defender, so react, please. There we go. Terrier now. Terrier plays it through to Amigo. Just put this game to bed, Guri. Just put this game to bed after the spot. You know what, Doku do it instead. Doku over the bar. That ain't a fair challenge. It should just push Ravella off the ball.
And into the last 30 minutes now.
Ousmane Dembele now. Ousmane Dembele. Going to get another goal here. They're going to make it 4-3. There's no doubt. Moise Kean. I told you. They don't deserve it. They really don't. Guri, great bit of work. Footwork there. Here's an option. Gets one. And the shot is blocked. Yeah, how's he get the ball?
Well, we have 20 minutes left in this game.
Kicking Kimpembe. There we go, lads. Finally.
Breaking at pace.
Terrier now. Terrier to score, please, lads. Actually, you know what? Let's keep the ball. Get it into Guri. And Guri, goal, surely. There we go. Of course, it wasn't going to be easy. Despite me dominating this game and, you know, controlling it and just playing better football than Barcelona, they somehow scored 3 goals, but it's the way it goes in ultimate and competitive mode and stuff like that. It seems like Barcelona just somehow find a way into the game, no matter how good you play against them and how good your players are. They just turn into, like, I don't even know, ear when your players are when they're trying to defend. They just phase through them. But it's 5-3 here, so as long as we win, I don't care what the scoreline is. Dembele now to the fair again with a good challenge, but Moise Kean holds him off. I was going to say, if they get another goal, then it's just stupid.
Well, nothing comes of it.
Terrier now. Oh, that's incredible from Terrier. Play it forward. I mean, Guri. Why did he make the run like he did? Why did he run into the centre back? What are you doing? Weary. Terrier. Terry now wants to go from himself again. Oh, we now good defending there. Oh, now into Jeremy Doku. Jeremy Doku making a run here.
Can they do something positive on the
99 pace at this point under rebound.
Is it going to be?
Jeremy Doku now find a finish. Oh, it's just wide of the post.
Well, they broke with Ansu Fati.
Surely not. Surely you're not going to do this. There you go.
Well, if he gets this wrong, a penalty and a sending off, but he was spot on with his challenge.
Terrier now. Terrier. I need more on that. We need to find that ball better. He's better to play that pass. But we're going to get the victory here. 5-3. In a stressful Champions League final, to say the least, because it's just been one of those games where, like, it's just annoying to play. It just isn't, like, fun to play. Despite winning, I didn't enjoy the game. As Barcelona just kept staying in there. They were just like, that fly that you can't kill. That fly you can't get out of your room. They were just there. Despite not deserving to be there, they were just there. But in the end, we win the Champions League final. It's been one of those games where the defence I can't really praise, and our goalkeeper, because it just doesn't show how good of a player they are, because it didn't matter they were there. I could have had 99 rated defenders, and they would have still scored 3 goals. It doesn't matter about rating up against AI sometimes, it just matters about the fact that they want to score. But the front made, did he make any saves? I don't even know. I don't think he actually made any saves. I think the shots he took were faced were gone in because of just the situation, the way the game went. But we're Champions League champions, so it doesn't matter. Terrier lifts the trophy here. He scored in the final. He scored the first goal of the final, actually. And yeah, let's take a look at the team in depth and just talk about the players. Okay, well, in terms of the players in this team, we're just going to do this very quickly. Amin Gurdi, incredible striker. I'd recommend using him. Can play down the wing as well. Obviously, he's got incredible stats and has had some incredible performances this season for us. And Kenny Wendo, same with him, incredible player. Didn't really see much of him in that final, but he was a good player when he was on the ball. Just wasn't really involved in the highlights, as what I can remember from the game. Jeremy Doku, great player. Obviously, 99 pace at this point. A very good winger. Ravella, pretty good midfielder, and Lovely Mai, pretty good midfielder. Terrier, great winger. Trofei, decent fullback. I'd say like his strength lets him down, but in terms of defending, he was pretty good in that final. Kimpembe and Pau Torres. It was just one of those games where it didn't matter that they were there. Like overall, these two, obviously we know they're going to be great defenders, and I'm just going to say they're good defenders because we know they are. Bowie, very good fullback actually. This guy was pretty good. And Alban the front and goal, again, it didn't matter. He was 91 rated. Didn't matter the stats he had, because the game just went Barcelona are going to score. Doesn't matter who's in front of me, Barcelona are going to score. And no matter what I did to try and stop it, they scored. And we definitely, I feel like if we had a CDM in that game, it would have been a very different story. We would have still won the game, but Barcelona wouldn't have had the control. I feel like 4-4-2 isn't a formation that works in this FIFA. I feel like up against most teams, you just get outplayed in midfield, which is what happened to us in that game. In midfield, just didn't have enough cover, and your players just move out anywhere. Like your defenders just they need that one player covering them. We're going to end the reboot here. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications so don't miss a video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching again, and goodbye.